Madhova Kunja Vihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Jayu Radha Madhova Kunja Vihari Jayu Radha Madhova Kunja Vihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Jayu Radha Madhova Kunja Vihari Jayu Radha Madhova Kunja Vihari Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskritya
Narayana Namaskritya
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva
Devam Sarasatim Vyasam Mudaya Nastapaya Shabadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Tasyam Prapedyamānāyām Vāni Puranjanaha
अभिमानी पुरञ्जनः
Aporo vidam stapan
अहङ्गो विनां
Kutumbi mamata kulaha
कुटुम्बी ममताकुलः
Tasyam prapidyamanayam
तस्यां प्रपेद्यमानायां
Bhimani puranjanaha
अभिमानी पुरञ्जनः
Aporo vidam stapan
अवापोरो विदां
Kutumbi mamata kulaha
कुटुम्बी ममताकुलः
Tasyam prapidyamanayam
तस्यां प्रपेद्यमानायां
Tasyam prapidyamanayam
तस्यां प्रपेद्यमानायां
Mani puranjanaha
अभिमानी पुरञ्जनः
Vaporo vidham stapan
अवापोरो विदां
Kutumbi mamata kulaha
कुटुम्बी ममताकुलः
Tasyam prapidyamanayam
तस्यां प्रपेद्यमानायां
Mani puranjanaha
अभिमानी पुरञ्जनः
Avaporo vidham stapan
अवापोरो विदां
Kutumbi mamata kulaha
कुटुम्बी ममताकुलः
तस्यां प्रपेद्यमानायां अभिमानी पुरञ्जना तस्यां प्रपेद्यमानायां अभिमानी पुरञ्जना कुटुम्बी ममता तस्यां प्रपेद्यमानायां अभिमानी पुरञ्जना तस्यां प्रपेद्यमानाया अभिमानी पुरञ्जना अवकोरु विधांस्तपा कुटुम्बीं ममताकुला तस्यां प्रपेद्यमानाया अभिमानी पुरञ्जना अवकोरु विधांस्तपा कुटुम्बीं ममताकुला
Tasyam prapidyamanayam
तस्यां प्रपेद्यमानाया अभिमानी पुरञ्जना अवकोरु विधांस्तपा कुटुम्बीं
Tasyam, when the city, Prapidyamanayam, was put into different difficulties. Abhimani, too much absorbed. Puranjanaha, King Puranjana. Avapa, achieved. Uru, many. Vidhan, varieties. Tapan, pains. Kutumbim, family man. Mamata akulaha, too much affected by attachment to family. When the city was thus endangered by the soldiers and the Kalakanya, King Puranjana, being overly absorbed in affection for his family, was placed in difficulty for the attack of the Yavana Raja and Kalakanya. Yes, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. When we refer to the body, we include the external gross body with its various limbs, as well as the mind, intelligence, and ego. In old age, these all become weak when they are attacked by different diseases. The proprietor of the body, the living soul, becomes very sad at not being able to use the field of activities properly. In Bhagavad Gita, it is clearly explained that the living entity is the proprietor of this body, Kshetragna, and that the body is a field of activities, Kshetra. When a field is overgrown with thorns and weeds, it becomes very difficult for the owner to work it. That is the position of the spirit soul when the body itself becomes a burden due to disease. Extra burdens are placed on the body in the form of anxiety and general deterioration of the bodily functions. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashata Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Tasyam prapedyamānāyam abhimāni puranjanaha
Abhimani Puranjanaha
avāporo vidām stāpān
Avaporo Vidāmpāpān
tumbi mamatākulaha.
Tumhi Mamatākulaha.
But the city was thus endangered by the soldiers and the Kalakanya. King Puranjana, being overly absorbed in affection for the family, was placed in difficulty by the attack of the Yavana Raja and the Kalakanya. Hare Krishna. So something very interesting Prabhupada says, it becomes burden. If you see the purport, the main focus is burden. So I was just meditating on this burden. First thing we think outside, first we are burden. We also think, everybody thinks very great about himself. But actually we are burden on the Lord. Just like in a jail, every prisoner is burden on the country. He doesn't contribute anything. And to reform him, we have to spend so much money, time. It's a headache. He may be thinking great about himself, correct? But actually it's a burden. It's a burden. Now somebody is sick, now what we can do about it, he's not responsible. He was little casual in his maybe eating, sleeping, something. Okay. But somebody in a jail is see, even the people in the hospital are burden. They're not able to contribute anything and family has to spend money on them. But there at least he's innocent, But in the jail is like he deliberately misused his freedom. Deliberately, that's called deliberate disobedience. He knows the laws, he deliberately broke the laws and he's sitting in a jail. It's as though, even though no city can exist without a jail because such kind of people are always there. But isn't it he is a burden on the country? He is a headache on the country. My God, again. Even inside the jail they fight sometime. What the country will think, oh my God, again, now we have to extend his tenure in the jail from 4 years to 10 years to 20 years. Burden. Now we look at, in fact, everybody in this world is interested in his own enjoyment. And the same wife he was so enchanted, attracted by, very soon becomes burden, headache. He thinks of getting rid of her, getting another wife, correct? That's what you see there today, so many murders happening. The husband killed their wife, sometimes the wife killed their husband. There was a big joke of getting a drum, blue drum. Because we had a couple of cases where the wife killed their husband with their lover and put them inside one blue drum with concrete. So in marriage, if somebody gives a blue drum, they get scared. Danger, danger. Burden. They find each other burden. That's part. Because we are trying to enjoy this world. The children become burden. So many parents dump their children and run away. So I was surprised. I could not think that woman can do that. But now that is also happening. Woman is dumping the children and running away with the lover. The burden. The children become burden. So this is the nature of this world. Everything is a burden. But actually start with ourselves the fact, we are burden on the Lord now. Because we are not following. The Bhagavad Gita, Krishna gives so much information, so much knowledge. We should obey. What is the business of a servant? Servant should obey the master. Suppose in a company you have an employee, okay? And you give him some job, today you should do this, you should do this, you should do this. Forget about doing, he doesn't even read that slip. Isn't he a burden on you? Headache? Similarly, philosophically, for the Lord, we are burden. Forget about following. We don't want to even read what he's telling to do. Bhagavad Gita is such a beautiful book. Krishna explains the whole situation. Explains the whole situation. And he gives orders, you do like this, you will be taken care. But no. Now you see the love of the country, is that even though somebody may be very, very nefarious, they will still maintain him in the jail. That burden the country takes, correct? That level of affection is always there. So Lord also, even though people are very, very sinful, he maintains them. He gives them, not that. We are rebelled against the authority of the Lord, therefore we are there in the material world. We have a choice. We can lovingly serve the Lord and stay with Him, and dance with Him, play with Him. That's what happens in the spiritual world. But then we thought, no, why we have to? Because love means freedom. Krishna will not force. So we can enjoy Kevala Ananda Kanda, have excessive happiness. But we chose, no, why we have to do all this? I can be independent, I can be king. Moment you think like that, actually it's a revolt. It's a revolt. Now you rebelled against the authority of the Lord. You don't want to serve Him. You say, why? I should serve Him. People should serve me. Why? He should be the center of attention. I remember when I was in childhood, when I went to some temple, and so many people standing in the queue. I was an atheist at that time. I was thinking, why don't I stand and people stand in queue for me? Correct? You go to Tirupati, you see lakhs of people waiting for darshan for a couple of days. Why don't I stand in one mountain and people wait for me? We want to. Children also do that. Any festival is happening, they'll run in the front so that everybody watches them. They are quite, what do you say, they do it very visibly, we do it in a subtle ways. But we want to be the center. Chakravarti, we want to be the center of the chakra. So that is our, we have come to imitate Krishna in every angle. That's our situation. Horrible situation. Some people do it subtly, some people do it grossly. Small children do it grossly, they run. You see that when festival is happening, whole attention is there. They'll see where everybody is watching, there they will stand and they will look. That is the nature. So the more we continue to rebel against the authority of the Lord, just like in a kingdom, if some citizen keeps rebelling against the authority of the king, he has to put him inside the jail. There is no other option. But then still the king will maintain a prisoner. He will give him food. Some people are very happy with that itself. But there is such a fool he's lost all the freedom. Some people are there. They find it very troublesome to maintain themselves, so they do some crime and go back. They sit in the jail. Whole life they sit. They come out, they break some car, and again he is dragged back, he is happy there. So we are like that. We are there in the material world, but do not understand. I lost all the freedom. Dragged by my senses, dragged by the body. Now here the shloka is referring, the body itself is a burden. Actually, always the body is a burden. But in old age, it becomes visible. When the whole body starts paining, it feels like a yatana sharira. No longer the body is an asset. Actually, the body becomes a pain. Right? We feel I want to enjoy this world, and this body the instrument for that enjoyment, but you just watch. The body is always disturbed by these four things, always. We say that in another way, adhyatmika, adi bhautika, adi daivika. There is always some disturbance in the mind. We cannot peacefully enjoy. Always some adhyatmika. Always some pain in the body. Divide into birth, old age, disease, death. Something is there in the body. The birth is a pain. All the children come out crying. That's just the crying of the child when he comes out is a trailer. Whole life is going to cry. Where there is happiness, we don't know. That people are looking for happiness. It's actually a miserable world. The very existence is painful. And then the child cries, then the body is paining, he doesn't know where to tell. Some insect is biting, he cries, some mother thinks he is hungry. You can't even tell what's your problem when you're a child. Correct? Mothers know that. We have forgotten. Our mothers are seeing the children, same situation. He doesn't know what's the problem, he's crying. We don't know what's the problem. We just feed him milk, but maybe something else is the problem. An insect is biting or headache is there, or he's sick. And then after that he grows up little, we throw him into schools. And pain. Every day take a luggage, 20 kilo, go to school. So many exams, keep giving exams, whole life. I remember the last exam I gave. I knew this is the last exam of my life. मैं उसमें हरे कृष्ण मंत्र अंत आंसर में लिख दिया था. हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण. No more exam, please. It's a pain. And then you go to job after that, again pain, because you have, the boss will scold you. I remember when I was working in company, the boss will call and say, please justify why I should maintain you, why I should pay you salary. Please, like that they used to scold when somebody is not doing their project, correct? They will throw you out. No, how? Please justify why we should pay you salary. So horrible it is. Pain, labor, pain. And then old age, diseases, varieties of diseases which are constantly happening whole life. The body, the soul is Sachidananda. The soul is full of bliss. But the body is temporary, full of pain. The soul is full of knowledge, Chit. But the body is full of ignorance. Ananda, the soul is full of happiness. Sat, Chit. The soul is eternal and the body is temporary. Sat, Chit. Soul is full of knowledge, but then we are full of ignorance. Ananda, soul is full of happiness and the body is full of pain. So Sachit Ananda and the body is Asat, Achit and Nirananda. It's a totally incompatible situation. The very body is a burden on us. Okay? Understand? And so, how wonderful it is. Suppose आप कहीं जाएं और सब लोग आ गया ये ऐसा behave करें, कैसा लगेगा? Correct? So when every day we disobey the Lord out of love, he feels, my God, again he did that, again. He is watching. Sarvasa chaham hridhi sannivishto mata smriti jnana vapohanam cha. The Lord is sitting within the heart. He is giving you smriti. Don't do all this. It's not good for you. Jnanam, it's not good for you. But deliberately we disobey. You have seen that? Very consciously, when you're doing a sinful activity, something within the heart said, don't do that. That's the Lord. Don't do. I'll do. Who will stop me? Who are you to stop me? I'll do. He tries to protect his children from doing sinful activity. Just go ahead. So, and then, isn't it we are a burden? Can't we stop this life of burden? Left to us. It is said, look at the shloka in the Bhagavatam second canto, Bhara Avatara Anye. And the crown on the head is a burden. Suppose somebody thinks he's a big man, but he cannot bow down to the Lord. Shri Radha Govinda ki. Suppose, in society all of us have some position. Take care. Somebody may be the Prime Minister of the country, somebody is a Chief Minister, blah, blah, blah. Shri Radha Govinda ki. So somebody may have some position, but that builds so much ahankara within his system that he cannot bow down to the Lord. That crown on the head is a burden now. When somebody is drowning with a big crown on his head, he will go fast. He will go down, head down, he will go fast. So that will not, so the crown on the head, look at it, the shloka. Second canto, Bharavatara Anye. Anybody, try to look at it.
Prabhuji, that is in Kuntistuti, no? Bharavatara Namayanne Bhuvo Navo Yodano.
Okay, so not that shloka. There is another shloka where it says that the eyes are, like a snake holes if they're not used to see the Lord. The arms are also useless if they don't clean the temple of the Lord. The legs are also like dead if they don't walk to the temple of the Lord. That's shloka. That's in second canto in the beginning. Very beautiful shlokas. Very beautiful. Okay? So, we are, so at the crown, so we have some position in this world. But if it's making us proud, and we forget we are all in a very dangerous position. Because if we die, we don't know where we're going to go next life. We just don't know. So we are in a very dangerous position. But instead of that, we become intoxicated by our so-called, honor in this world, in this drama of this world, some honor we have. And we do not take seriously to Krishna consciousness. Isn't it madness, foolishness? So that is what the shloka is referring to. The people just get totally lost. Yes, nobody located the shloka?
Prabhuji, it is on the chat link.
Okay, good.
2.3.20.
3:30, Prabhuji.
2.3.20 Bhagavad.
Okay, we are here. Yes, Bile. Very nice. Bile batoru krama vikramani he nashanavataha karna putena rasya jiva shati daru durikesha suta Nachopagayati urugaya gataha. One who has not listened to the message of the prowess and marvelous acts of the personality Godhead and has not sung and chanted loudly the worthy songs about the Lord is to be considered as ears like the hose of the snake and tongue like a tongue of a frog. These strong words. See, we have ears. The first function of the body is to hear. Any life, material life or spiritual life starts by hearing. Correct? We hear. We become a data scientist. By hearing. We just were sitting and hearing. So similarly, you're sitting in the body, you're hearing, you become a civil engineer. The elements are already lying around. But you know how to combine them, make a big building, just by hearing. Hearing is so powerful. So therefore, hearing is given a lot of importance, but instead of hearing about the glories of the Lord, Urugaya Gatha, instead of hearing about the glories of the Lord, you are hearing glories of some idiot politician or some nonsense cricket star, film star, your ears are like snake holes. You know, in a field there are snake holes. The rat makes actually the holes. Then the snakes, what they do, they go and eat the rat and they stay there. So will anybody put his hand in a paddy field? You'll find a lot of snake holes are there. Nobody put their hand inside, dangerous. So they say these holes are like the snake hole, useless holes. As useless and dangerous. Okay. And the tongue, which is supposed to see, very good example we always give. Suppose government gives you a car or your company gives you a car. But the car is supposed to be used for the official purposes, not to drop your relatives in the railway station. Correct? It's not meant for that, for your personal. It's given for official purpose. So similarly, the God has given these facilities to know Him. He has given us extra intelligence and human form of life to understand Him. But instead of using this intelligence to understand God, correct? Animals cannot understand. They just eat, sleep and die. But human beings can understand, oh my God, I see such a beautiful creation. Isn't there a designer for this? Amazing. What an amazing creation this is. So he's using his intelligence to understand. Animals can't do that. He's trying to understand, am I the body or am I something else? He has an extra intelligence. But what we are doing, we are using that intelligence, extra given, just for eating, sleeping, that animals are also doing, without your super schools, colleges. What are you doing at the end of the day? The same thing. I told you the joke, one man was sitting on the bank of a river and he was drinking coconut water, peaceful. So another man came big man from the city, rich man. And this was a poor villager. He was also doing the same activity. So what do you do? I said, I stay in this village and I do little agriculture and I have free time. No, you can get education, you can go to the city. So then what will happen? No, then you'll get a lot of money. Then what will happen? You can build a beautiful house. Okay, then what will I do? You can have many cars. Okay, then what you can do? Then you can come to the banks of the river and drink coconut. He said, what else I am doing now? You have gone this way and I am doing this way. You see that even people are rich in the city, they always like to build a farmhouse in the village. So that's what you are supposed to do. Peacefully live. The nature gave you a way to live. But we have created what is known as Ugra Karma civilization. Actually, this civilization is a burden on earth. Now see, suppose I have a burden on my head and I shift it on my shoulder, that is called modern scientific advancement. Think deeply now. I gave you that example. Suppose I make a road from here to Bangalore. Correct? You came from Bangalore, you can come overnight train or 1 hour by the flight. Even it doesn't take 1 hour. Half an hour they said, we are landing. So it's less than half an hour. So it's little time. But you say, no, people are walking previously, correct? People are previously walking. There was no, all that machines were not there, say 300 years ago. If you go to Bangalore, means walk. It takes 12 days walking. But you enjoy the beautiful ghats. There are so many temples on the way. You go, and every temple, free prasadam is available. You go, say previously at least. You can go. People didn't have to carry luggage with them. You can just go. And temples you can lie down. Anybody we see, Vidura is traveling all around India, visiting places. Not that he's carrying luggage and luggage, one bullock cart is going behind. Nothing, they just walk. Because the whole country was designed like that. We don't find Madhvacharyas traveling, he's not carrying 100 tons of food with him. Nothing, you go, if the temples are there, they will feed you. Not an issue. The whole country was designed in a different way. Shankaracharya is traveling, but he's carrying 1 ton of food. He's going to, अगर आपको बोलेगा मैं 1 साल के लिए जाना है, आप तो 365 कपड़े पैक करेगा पहले, कपड़े धोऊंगा कहाँ, रहूंगा कहाँ, खाऊंगा, so much tension. Previously no tension, you can just travel. So people are enjoying. It's not that they have the pain, it's fun. Traveling was and good health. Now most of the people are dying because of unhealthy lifestyle. And the biggest thing is walk. People don't walk. Previously people are walking, peacefully walking, enjoying walking. It's good for health. And you are with the nature. In fact, so many big people today, they're coming back to this. They say you walk in the city, you feel the whole vibration of the city. Walk. And the car you go, you don't feel the city. Now they're coming back to the same thing. Previously people are walking, you enjoy, you meet the people, correct? People are on the road, there's some house and houses again. People are very charitable. Atiti Deva, anybody house you can approach. He'll give you a little food, not an issue. People don't have heart today. Money is there but no heart. So anyway, you go, you enjoy walking, you reach that town in 12 days and you had fun all the time. No issues. But previously life is agriculture. You have a lot of time with you in agriculture. Half the time in a year you're free. Correct? You just walk, put your things on the ground and walk. Go. You come once in a week, something. You don't have to even attend to their farm every day. You're so much free. Therefore we hear the great saints are coming and whole town will sit and hear them previously. Today nobody has. We have the festivals. We have to do it in the evening because daytime they're stuck in the office. Previously, no, they'll come. Morning they may visit their farm, remove some weeds and come running. They're so free. They're eating, they're sleeping and they are enjoying. They have a lot of time. So now you say, no sir, no, we have so much difficulty. I had no difficulty, I was enjoying life. So there was some burden on my head, I have to walk for 15 days. So what you did, you shifted in my shoulder. How? You said, I'll make roads. Making road is easy or what? You have to break the jelly, nobody talks about that. Then after that, you have to make cars. That also you have to twist the metal ko teda meda karna padta hai. Wo bhi kasht hai. It's not easy to make vehicles. A lot of hard work is involved. Then you have to search for petrol. You need to go to the middle of ocean now. India is saying near Andaman, probably we got some gas or oil. Go and search. Middle of ocean. All this, Syria, Iraq, why everybody is interested? In Africa there are more problems. Nobody goes there because oil is there. Everybody's eyes are there. They are so much involved in the wars in Iraq, Iran. We're so involved because oil is there. So they have to be involved in all kind of wars just because of oil. Countries are fighting because of that. So many kind of things. They say you don't buy oil from some country. Where do you buy? Tariff problem. So many complications. आराम से रह सकते थे ना, क्या जरूरत है ये सब का? ना तो गाड़ी होती है ना कुछ प्रॉब्लम होता है, शांति से रहते है ना. फिर उसके बाद then accidents, then pollution, now global warming. Now what you did, you shifted the burden from head to shoulder. अरे go back to the spiritual world, all problems are over. वो नहीं सोचेंगे. What all the scientific advancement is doing, it is trying to, the remedy is more painful than the pain itself. Anybody can locate the shloka? That is the shloka of Prahlad Maharaj, 7th canto. Okay. The remedy is more painful than the prayers to Narasimhadeva. Prahlad Maharaj seeks that. Now, I'll read one more. The next shloka you see. Again, bhara. The word bhara means burden. Bhar. Just like the service also sometimes can be burden. If you do not do it in a proper attitude, kya wo galagraha? Archa Vigraha. Archa Vigraha means the deity becomes a great pleasure to serve. And a Galagraha means pain on the head. Correct? Pain on the head. So it's like that. So Bhara Param Patta Kirita Jushtam Api Uttamangam Namamne Mukundam Savo Karono Kurute Saparyam Hare Lasada Kanchana Kankanova. The upper portion of the body, though crowned with a silk turban, is only a heavy burden. You see that burden? I was looking for this. This is the word bhara. If not bowed down before the personality of Godhead. So I got some position in the world. I'm thinking I'm a great man. Yeah. It's a burden now. The ego, your false ego, correct? Is a burden on the world. Who can award mukti, freedom? And the hands, though decorated with glittering bangles, are like those of a dead man, if not engaged in the service of the personality of God. Hands, wonderful hands. They're also burden, waste. So therefore, our life should be such that let us not become burden on this world. When Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, What does he say? He says that Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya dushkitam. So everybody thinks he's a great man. This is the psychology. Is there anybody who feels he's not a great man? Everybody feels he's a great man. Okay? But the reality is this. If you see the qualities of divine and demonic nature in the Bhagavad Gita, what does you feel? You feel actually you have many demonic qualities. We are not divine. What we profess to be, we are actually demonic. When somebody realizes that, he actually becomes humble. Now, humility is not something artificial. It is genuinely felt within the heart. Yes, I have so many demonic qualities. Wonderful. Okay, one more is there. Barihayite te nayane naranam lingani vishnu na nirikshato ye padorninam to dhruma janama bhajau kshetrani nanu vrajato hariryo. The eyes which do not look at the symbolic representations of the personality of Godhead, Vishnu, his forms, name, quality, etc., are like those printed on the plumes of a peacock. ये आँखें जो बड़ी बड़ी आँखें हैं इतने proud हो, peacock में जो होती हैं eyes, they look more beautiful. They are as useless as that. Because they are just symbolic eyes, they don't see. The eyes are given by the Lord to see his beautiful form in the temple. But we don't do that. So take care, the eyes are also useless. The legs which do not move to the holy places where the Lord is remembered, I consider to be like tree trunks. Previously people used to walk. Walk for what? Walk to the temple, walk to the dhamas. They used to walk. Just like pilgrimage, people walk. Yeah. And somebody told Srila Prabhupada in America, people are very lazy in India. Prabhupada said, yes, they are not lazy. Now Kumbh Mela is going to see how many are there. Whole India went practical. So previously they were walking only. How you go? Culturally they are trained to go to the holy places. In Vrindavan you see 3 times in a day they are coming walking. People are there who are staying there. They come for darshan of the Lord. They stay standing in Tirupati 2 days. So they are not lazy, but they are materially maybe lazy. But real fact is spiritual, in which they are not lazy. It's the blessed situation to be born in India. People are spiritually alive. But true, they need to be guided, otherwise they go behind some jokers. So, we need to, therefore, what do we understand today? That do not be a burden. It's very unfortunate to become burden. And it's very shameless situation, correct? Suppose you depend on somebody and you go outside his house and he looks at you as a burden, gives you something to eat, correct? Chalo, kuch khao. But he's not really happy to see you. That existence is marjao se acha hai na? Prabhupada said, just like temples, they also live by donations. But Prabhupada said there are 2 kinds of charities. One is daya, one thing is seva. Daya means this poor fellow has nothing to eat, let me give him some help. Some people give donation like that. How these people live? Ye kaise khana kaise khayenge, hai na? And another place he sees seva. Oh, they are doing wonderful work. I am very grateful if they can use my money in that work. That is seva, correct? Daya and seva. So sattvic charity is in the platform of seva. True? At the right person, with proper respect, at the right time, right place, when the charity is given, that is in Bhagavad Gita as in Satyagoda. But then when it is given to the wrong person out of compulsion, and when the person engages with questionable character, that's the tamasic, that is madness. So who wants to receive? Prabhupada says, a person should be ready to die, starve himself to death, then take a charity out of daya. True? Nobody wants to, but what are we doing now? We are living as a daya actually. Lord is feeding us only as a daya. Useless. We do not want to listen what Krishna says. Most of the people don't want to even bother what the God says. Correct? And even if they bother to see what God has said, they don't want to follow that. So it's a hopeless condition. Hopeless condition in this world. No direction, no knowledge. What all is there in this world is some skills, that's all. Everybody is going to schools and colleges. What the schools and colleges are teaching? Some skills, so that I can use the skills and get some food to eat. Correct? I can contribute. That's one level. That's good. At least you are not dependent on somebody. I have learned some skill. One level. The next level is that some person also, apart from this, becomes morally upright. Not only he knows to make a living, he is also a gentleman. That's much better. But still better than that is the situation. Person knows what he's going to do in his life. But ultimately what he wants to achieve in his life, that's most important. Suppose you have a car, one thing is to know how to drive the car. Second thing is to be a gentleman. Correct? You see children stop your car. You see some people can give a lift also. You can be a not only is something better, but still better to know where I'm going, why I'm driving the car, what I want to achieve. So without proper knowledge, the world is just running like mad people. No, like you see in Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, the condition. He stopped the whole war when he saw a dilemma. He got a dilemma, should I fight or not fight this kind of a war? At the end of the day, why I'm living, what I want to achieve in life. If I have to do this kind of perplexity that came in front of him as a Kshatriya, he has to kill his own grandfather now to proceed. So he got real perplexity. End of the day, what do you want to achieve? Therefore, Krishna had to open out him the whole Bhagavad Gita. His was not a small moral dilemma that the serials try to bring out too. No, then Bhagavad Gita need not be spoken. Bhagavad Gita is completely spiritual knowledge. That they never present. Krishna starts the Gita by telling body and the soul are different. That is never discussed only. The whole this so-called serials which people are so infatuated and watching, they are also on Kaitava Dharma, cheating religion only. This is not what Krishna is trying to say. So, when Arjuna in this, all of us will come in life in kind of a dilemma sometimes. When there is a difficulty. Okay, there is a difficulty. Wife runs away, or husband runs away, your job you lost, some health crisis, So some kind of a relationship problem or some kind of a economic or health problem, at that time, person like Arjuna, when he had such kind of a problem, ethical, moral dilemmas, he started reflecting. Then what happens? The society make landmarks and you're walking on the landmarks. I'm achieving big. People are clapping, great. Now I did that and I got a job, now I'm working, now I have children. Great. They made these landmarks. You didn't make the landmark. And they're making you climb these landmarks and they're clapping. So you are going, but sometimes things don't turn up. It will not always be correct. Something will happen. Then at that time, the person starts thinking, why I'm living, what I'm trying to achieve. Correct? So it's very good at that time, some knowledge we have. We have something to reflect upon at that time. We have some knowledge where we want to go. And when Arjuna had this dilemma, he did not want to proceed for 1 second. He stopped the whole war. Now, can you just imagine how much important it is to understand what I'm doing in my life? And confused about that, we should not move 1 inch. Now suppose you are having fever, you will go to job or hospital? Hospital. So in a dilemma, we should not live for 1 second. Arjuna refused to live for 1 second in dilemma. We live the whole life in dilemma. You ask anybody in the world, what you are trying to do? No, I have wife and I have children, I have job. So what at the end of it, you are going to die. So why you are doing all this? I don't know. This person, we are not an animal, no? The person's purpose says we should not die like an animal. Animals just dies in fear and confusion. No, understand what is this creation. Why I am there in this creation, what I want to achieve in this world, why I am there, what steps I should take to understand what's actually happening. See, whatever the result of this research may be, but this is the primary aspect of the life. And then the life becomes very, very meaningful. Every step I take, I know why I'm taking this step. Just like, suppose somebody is moving in darkness. Okay? We are very careful. Galti se, there is a step you didn't see, moch ho jati pair mein, correct? Andhere mein sometimes you're climbing the steps, you're very careful. One in the darkness, one wrong step, you may get injured or you may have some problem. But when there is a light, you start running and you can see the goal, you start running. So similarly, we see the great acharyas like Srila Prabhupada, they're sleeping for 2 hours every day, consistently. Why? Because they're seeing light. All the acharyas we see, they hardly sleep. Because sleeping is the business of somebody who can't see anything. जिसको दृष्टि मिल गया, क्या कर रहा हूँ, क्यों कर रहा हूँ, कौन हूँ, they are full of happiness. And more they are going near the target, more they can see the things clearly. And more the life is enjoyable. And then, even though they leave the body, the person is peaceful. He knows, I moved in truth, I am now going to achieve the truth. The life is blissful. Right? So, this is where the life should be. Otherwise, our life, we are a burden on this world, we are a burden on the Lord, we are a burden on the family, everything we are a burden. Correct? Instead of looking at other people as burden, we should think that we are a burden on this world. And therefore, attentively chant the holy name of the Lord. What can I do? Attentively chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Even in the condition of Brahma is same. Brahma also sat down after he was born. He was the first creature. He didn't know what's happening. Who am I? What is the origin of my creation? And he meditated for unlimited time. We cannot even conceive that. His life is great. And finally the Lord was very pleased by his sincere inquiry. And he appeared himself. Narayana appeared first to give him darshan. So similarly, all what is lacking is my own sincerity, okay, to know the truth. It's not that the scientists are not intelligent, but they're not sincere to know the truth. They want to exploit the truth. Just like if I give you a CD, your business is to enjoy the movies from the CD. Very few people will think how the CD is made. अरे उससे क्या करना है तेरे को? मजा ले, है ना? नहीं यार मैं जानना है ये CD बनाया किसने, कैसे चलता है? तेरा दिमाग खराब है क्या? So actually these scientists show to this world that they want to know the truth, but because their heart is full of, they are as weak as a normal person in their basic frailty. So they just want to utilize and exploit the truth. They are not, just like they're saying we want to go to the moon. Then the next situation, how to exploit that situation? So therefore you don't want to know the truth, you want to exploit. Do you think you can exploit God? Would you like to be exploited? No. You will not even go to that house. Suppose you know some relative is there. If I go, they will pull out all the money out of my pocket. Correct? Would you go there? Sometimes even temples, where they do the same thing. Instead of giving education, instead of giving knowledge, they just become place for looting the public. Correct? Idhar aao, baito, go dakshina nikalo. The people don't go again. Who will go again? So we don't like to be exploited. So you think that God will appear to such people? Never. So till they change their tendency, whatever it is, I am ready to serve the truth. That's what Brahma, what's the difference between Brahma and the scientist? Brahma wanted to know the truth, to serve the truth. These people are not genuine in their desire to know the truth. Because how can God be partial here? We have great acharyas like Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya, Shankaracharya, correct? And they are also seekers of truth. And here also scientists are seekers of truth, but the conclusions are different. And that means one has been cheated. Correct? One says God is there and everything there. Other person says nothing is there. So one has been cheated. Now who? You actually see who are actually wanting to know the truth. They didn't want to know the truth. And therefore God doesn't guide them and they don't try to know the truth in the proper way. You have a wrong means of knowing the truth, then you end up in foolishness. So here the burden, coming to the burden, let us not be a burden on the Lord. We should give pleasure to the Lord. Enhance the pleasure of the Lord instead of becoming burden. The Acharya Srila Prabhupada, let us not be burden on him. We enhance his pleasure. We know what is his mission. And try to give him pleasure. Like devotees to go to Srila Prabhupada and give him wonderful news. Prabhupada, we have done that. Wonderful, wonderful. So let us give pleasure to Srila Prabhupada, give pleasure to Krishna, give pleasure to the Vaishnavas by our activities, then everything is wonderful. Okay, Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Dandavad pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare Rama Rama
Hare
Rama Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna,
Pranam.
Krishna Hare Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
മാത്രമല്ല വെച്ചിട്ടുള്ളത് നമുക്കറിയാം
Rama, Hare Rama,
വെള്ളം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു
Hare
പക്ഷെ ഒരു
Rama,
കൊല്ലത്തിലേ വെച്ചുള്ളൂ
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna